Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly love reading. So let's see what's going on for you in terms of love. So you have the Seven of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Six of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Chariot. Okay, so this person has had this energy of running away or wanting to run away, or it could be the Hanged Man, where they're just constantly on the fence, they're unsure of the connection, they may have fears about really opening up, being vulnerable, or merging their energies with yours. This may be someone that's very, very independent and they're used to just sort of being by themselves or being alone. This person may have fears about confrontation. They may feel like you want answers from them. They may feel like you want to know where you stand with them, and there's nothing wrong with that, but they're feeling like perhaps they're being confronted in some kind of way. Maybe they've grown up in a situation where there was a lot of passive aggressiveness or avoidant. This could be an avoidant kind of personality. I think it's like you can pick up that they're thinking a lot of things beneath the surface, but they're not communicating. So maybe it's making you feel very insecure. Maybe you feel like they've been keeping you on hold. They're creating a lot of instability within the connection because you just don't know where you stand with them. But that's going to change because the last three cards here are much more positive. There's the Six of Pentacles. This is saying that they do want a balance, a give and take. They want a balanced, equal relationship. But I feel like this person has to go into their shadow side. They have to release a lot of fears because there's two moons shown here going inwards, needing to open up, needing to come out of being like in their shell, because the moon is like a dark, shadowy kind of card. It's like being in the man or the woman cave, being bottled up, clammed up kind of thing, isolating themselves. So there is positive movement here. There's a brand new beginning. They're going to take a leap of faith, and I feel it is. They're going to open up. They're going to work hard on giving back equally because they know that you've been very generous, very giving, compassionate, understanding, patient, and they know that they have to transform. They have to let you in. There could have been like a difficult communication or arguments or upset and heartbreak recently, or maybe in the past, because this person, it was like trying to get blood from a stone, getting them to open up kind of thing. But there's this Chariot here, so this is movement, this is balance within your connection, allowing your connection to move forward in a much more positive way. So the Fool is really saying that they're leaving their baggage behind, they're leaving the things that aren't serving them behind, so that they can just have this open heart and be more communicative with you as well, is what I'm feeling. So let's look at some messages cards. Yeah, we have Six of Pentacles again. I want to give you everything. So they do want to be there for you. They may not have consciously realized how they were making you feel when they were all closed up. But now it's like they've realized, and they do want to give back. They want to invest. They're taking a leap of faith with this connection. They want a brand new start as well, because the Fool is the Zero card, a brand new journey your connection is moving into. I'm sorry I took you for granted. The Four of Cups. This is very relevant because it normally shows them being offered one cup and they're looking at three other ones, and the one cup is like the Ace of Cups. You've been given them your heart. There's an amazing opportunity here right under their nose, but they couldn't see it. They were focusing on other things, other people, anything that was a form of escapism. Maybe this person's a daydreamer, been so much in their mind, that was their form of escapism. That they weren't allowing this relationship with you to fully ground because they were refusing to give back equally, because they had fears of, it's like they fear they're going to lose themselves in this connection because they're just so used to being independent, so it's difficult for them to feel comfortable like merging their life with yours or with anyone else's really. I'm going to prove myself to you, so you know, it's not just going to be words this time. They're actually going to make that difference. They're actually going to take that action and do the right thing in order to deepen your connection. How do we make positive change? This is really positive. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Your connection has been stuck in some kind of cycle that's been going round and round in circles for a while. You may have tried to wake this person up and get them to realise. They finally have, and so they're like, how do we amend this? How do we put this right? How do we start afresh and make this positive change? I want to be with you forever. Wow, so this is really, really powerful, amazing energy. 10 of Cups. So yeah, they want that commitment. They're going to put their all into your connection now. But yeah, they had been feeling very weighed down for a long time. 10 of Wands. They felt weighed down by their fears, is what I'm feeling. Weighed down if they felt like you were trying to like speed things up or get closer to them, and they had this energy or this tendency to clam up even further. And then there's all this like resentment that was building on both sides, and fears and insecurities, and it may have become all a bit too much. It may have created like a tower moment in some cases where everything, you know, came up to the surface. But it's led to this positive change. It's led to this new beginning unfolding within your connection. So let's look at my latest deck, which is My Soul's Desire. What's their love message for you? Yeah, wow. We have I'm sorry I run. This is just also intense and I don't know how to handle it. So yeah, it felt like that. 10 of Wands, I'm so weighed down. They didn't know how to move things more slowly. They felt like everything was moving so quick, and they feared like losing themselves. They feared like having to compromise a bit too much kind of thing, to the point of no longer having the life that they wanted kind of thing. I feel foolish when I see how immature I was in the past. So yeah, they do feel like some of their actions have been foolish. There was the Fool here. This is someone who's a free spirit, but they may realise that being that way, like 100%, is like cutting them off from this great connection they can have with you. They may be realising that they're a bit overly independent, and that it's okay to be interdependent and have an amazing relationship with someone else. We have I've been through hell and back. So even though it may not seem it, they have been like tossing and turning and having sleepless nights and having this head versus heart thing going on, and having all these fears, thinking these worst case scenarios of what could happen if they fully invested in the connection. They may be going through hell and back if they feel like they've lost you because they weren't doing things the way that you needed them to. I centered my world so much around you that I got totally freaked out. I feel actually this could be maybe the divine feminine centered their world a bit too much around the divine masculine, and so the divine masculine freaked out. That's how I'm feeling that message is in this reading. I fantasize about you every day, so they are thinking about you. And yeah, it can be true that they centered their world around you as well, and then they feared that they were losing themselves because of that. You are constantly in my dreams, so they dream about you a lot. You may be communicating and working through like karma and obstacles and blocks in that 5D and beyond when you're both asleep. So the Island Time Wellness cards. Keys on a ring. Many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. Okay, so someone, in some cases, they may have run away. They may have been non-committal kind of thing with other people. They may be so independent and have a fear of commitment that they wanted no strings attached kind of thing. Maybe you had sexual relationship with them, but then they weren't willing to commit, but that is what is changing. So they feel that you are soulmates. They realise that now. And it says soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. So whatever has happened between you both, it has been part of that soul contract. That's not to make excuses for anyone or anything like that, but yeah, they do realise now what you truly mean to them, and I feel like they were taking you for granted. We have talking, interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, hoovering. Okay, so this person, I feel like they are going to communicate with you. They're definitely going to reach out in some way. With that important conversation that they may have been putting off for a long time. We have acts, breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. So yeah, I feel like this person gave you the silent treatment a lot. They were very withdrawn into themselves, and it was bringing up a lot of abandonment issues and wounds, and it led to that separation. Oops. And we have photograph. They're looking at your photos, they're missing you, they're feeling nostalgic, and they want to make new memories with you. So they may be looking at your social media, they may be communicating with you through photos. It's definitely spying on you. And interestingly, that is over the I fantasize about you every day, perhaps whilst looking at photos. Okay, so let's look at the Romance Angels cards. Sorry. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. Could be the inner child as well. Inner child wounds that are coming up in the connection. Maybe why someone is super like independent, has their walls up. Maybe why someone is insecure and wanting to not be abandoned. So kind of there's a runner chaser dynamic basically. It could be that you have children, and that is a factor in this connection in some way. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So they may come forward and be playful. They may come forward a bit flirty, but I just feel like there is going to be a reconciliation where there's a lot more joy and happiness. Like maybe things were a little bit too serious in the past, and it was leading to a lot of resistance, a lot of fear, a lot of intensity that one person couldn't handle. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. They feel so much passion for you. You're going to have passionate moments together very soon. So let's pull some messages out of the bag next. make you jealous. So there was the photograph card as well. So maybe someone was trying to make someone else jealous through photos. Yeah, they made you feel taken for granted. Shaking, sweaty, stuttering. In your presence, they feel very self-conscious. And that's definitely a factor, I feel, why they weren't opening up to you. Fear of intimacy, definitely. And they feel lost without you. So let's look at the divination dice. The frog. They feel like they've been the frog. You've been kissing the frog. They haven't been turning into the prince. But they will. I feel they're not feeling very good about themselves or their actions. They do feel foolish. But now they're opening their crown chakra. This is intuition, listening to their higher self, listening to the divine guidance that they've been receiving, but in the past they may have been avoiding. Their feelings for you run so deep with this well, deep emotions. And they're digging deep as well to heal themselves. A lot of deep subconscious blocks are coming up to the surface for them to realise and transform. Yeah, we have Little Red Riding Hood. It's like a free spirit. They're like skipping through the forest kind of thing. They're worried about going back home, and you're like the wolf dressed up as grandma. They have trust issues basically. They're worried that you're gonna ensnare them. If they give an inch, they're worried you're gonna take a mile kind of thing, and they're gonna feel suffocated in the relationship. We have love potion. So yeah, they feel intense chemistry here. They feel besotted. They see us very beautiful. This is like when those cartoon characters have the love potion and then their eyes have hearts in and they have hearts coming out of them when they're looking at the photo. Wow, that's over the photo card and the I fantasize about you every day card. Wow. So they may be very insecure based on your looks, like they feel like they're shaking and sweating and stuttering and self-conscious. So let's see what charms are going to come out for you today. That's only one. I'll pull some more. We have, it's two people outside. So yeah, this person is like a hermit kind of character, very introverted. Slightly bitter, so they may feel some bitterness if they feel like you've been trying to force them out of their shell, and if you're getting angry at them kind of thing. As soon as I see this plane, I see someone who's being flighty, taking flight, you know, fight, flight or freeze. It's like they run away kind of thing. But obviously it could be a long distance relationship in some cases. We have the umbrella, but it's like put down, so that's like, to me, represents a healing after a heartbreak, because it always reminds me of the Three of Swords card, the heartbreak card with all the storm clouds and rain. So this is healing after heartbreak. Please subscribe to that channel as well if you haven't already, and thank you so much for joining me here. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.